food and dining is still integral to memories. Nostalgia, it's not just a specific dish, it's like the way it smells, just like goes deep through family history. And then ultimately everyone's experiences are different too, right? And so it's fun to learn about other people's and then to try to express them in our own voice, and that's how we connect with people.
Yeah, there's something special about sharing food, that you don't have to come from that background, or you can, but everybody is having a shared common experience. And that's something that you don't have to learn a language to experience that dish. You don't have to, go to school or become educated. You just have to show up and share a meal. And there's something really special about that.
We wanted to bring gathering places, like community gathering places for people to create memories. We wanted to have businesses that were safe for kids to work at, like families that had, just like how we started in high school, like somewhere that it was safe for them to go and it was fun and they could, learn at the same time.
I always think about like Paris in World War II, right? They were being bombed at night and they were in cafes during the day. Like, it's just something that we do. Our focus is execution. How do we take care of people? The people, therefore, then they take care of our guests. And if we have those spaces that are like consistent, warm, welcoming, then the people do that on their own. It's just kind of like a naturally occurring phenomenon.
My family is definitely like obsessed with food. When we get together, it's like breakfast and we're talking about lunch, and then at lunch we're talking about dinner. I started washing dishes as a 17-year-old college freshman. I was actually applying to go to medical school, and I was to the interviews, take the MCAT and all that stuff, and I kind of just recognized that I was lying on all the questionnaires, and I would be to them and to myself. Changed course and told my family that I wasn't going to go to med school, I was going to culinary school, which is kind of daunting, but they were very happy and kind of recognized, that it was the right call.
My original love with cooking and food was just watching my mom and my aunts cook. And later on in life, architecture just wasn't doing it for me. I kind of lost my passion for it. I always enjoyed eating out and going to restaurants, and I didn't find food that I grew up with, so I saw it as an opportunity. I started working in different kitchens as a dishwasher, as a cook, always with that in mind to eventually open up a mano.
I was a director of operations for a group in Venice, California called Superba Food and Bread, so we had a really serious bakery program. So we started making pizza dough in our...
He started making pizza dough.
Yeah, like every day.
Most people, not everyone, will eat pizza and enjoy pizza, and so we wanted to do that and bring something that was maybe slightly different.
Yeah.
And use recipes that we loved.
Everything that we've done has always been where do we want to eat? If we lived 2 blocks from this location, what would we want to eat here? What can we envision walking to? And that's our formula.
Yeah, and I think that Boise as a city is really helpful for people that want to have businesses and start businesses. The city has always been really great to work with. Everybody's willing to help and is kind, where I think had we tried to do that, in a different city, in a bigger city, it would have been a different story.
One of the things that I'm really proud about is being able to create jobs for people who would traditionally had a hard time finding employment, with a 5th grade education, speaking only Spanish. And we've been able to create quality jobs with benefits and paid time off. But I think that when you talk about creating community, making sure that all skills are valued, I think that that's a really important thing.
While the restaurant industry here is growing, it's kind of still in its teenage years a little bit, and so there's opportunity within that to get the next generation of cooks and bartenders and whatnot into the next line of ownership. There's a lot of things we got to help with, but it's there. It's no longer are all the cooks leaving Boise to go learn somewhere else. We can retain them in the city now. Ultimately, that connecting is what we try to do here. Our medium happens to be food and beverage, right? So it's all important.